Valdosta, Georgia, famously known as Titletown, USA, for its high school prowess. This city, in its heart, sits Valdosta State University, who more than lives up to the Titletown, USA moniker in their own right. Whether you catch a football game at Bazemore Hyder Stadium in the fall, a softball game at Steel Diamond Park, or across the way at Tommy Thomas Park for baseball, or catching the Blazers play basketball or volleyball at the complex. Valdosta State University houses some of the best stadiums in the Gulf South Conference, with 9 national titles and several other Gulf South Conference titles. But for the first time in over 30 years, they are in the hunt for a new athletic director. Last summer, it was announced that athletic director Herb Reinhardt would be retiring at the end of the 2023-2024 athletic season. He had served as athletic director for 32 years and has been responsible for 8 of the school's 9 national championship teams. We had a chance to speak with Mr. Reinhardt earlier this year to learn what makes VSU stand out.
I think Valdosta State, we've had really a rich tradition of success in athletics for really a long time now. Obviously, football here in the Deep South is kind of the centerpiece, and we've had a lot of success in football with the 4 national championships. A lot of people forget that we've also played for 2 other national championships in football. So, we've played for 6 football national championships.
According to last year's attendance numbers, Valdosta State ranked middle of the pack toward the higher end in terms of attendance per game. And a 5-1 record on the year at home was the best record by far in the Gulf South Conference. The other schools were tied in second at record at 4-1.
Nobody else in the GSC does what we do as part of our game day experience.
Right.
And frankly, not very many people in Division II, and we have so many people that tell us when they come into a football game or to a basketball game, even softball and baseball, they talk about, this doesn't feel like, where we typically play. This feels like, not small college Division I, but this feels like a mid-major Division I. This feels like, quote, the big time.
Student athletes across college campuses can have one of the most demanding schedules and also most rewarding experiences. Meet Taylor Lewis, a former VSU softball player who was a standout on the field. Part of the graduating class of 2023, she reflects on her time playing softball.
Since I played softball here, this was one of my dream schools. I had 2. I had University of Georgia and I had Valdosta State. I wanted to play for a red and black school. I always knew that. I always call this my mini UGA. I'm big on that. That's really what drove me here is just the sports. The community loves the sports. The athletic program is ran very well when it comes to taking care of athletes, making sure that athletes are okay, making sure that athletes have what they need, making sure that they feel supported, loved, helped. They even established a counselor for every sport. I think that was a big thing for me in having the winning mentality and championship mindset at Valdosta State Athletics.
After transitioning to becoming a graduate assistant, she talks about the different challenges in a new field.
Being a graduate assistant was a big jump for me, only because I'm used to being on the field, not behind the field, and not working it. It's honestly very hard to still go watch a softball game and knowing hey, I wish I was out there. I think that transition though, it actually helped only because I didn't get stripped away from my sport to go straight into the career field that I want. I'm still able to dip and dabble and set things in softball or in any sport. I'm just a sports girl. Now, with softball, I do miss playing. I miss the atmosphere. I miss the team aspect. But another thing about Valdosta State is these people aren't just teammates, they're your family. So just like family, no matter how far I leave, how far I could go move across the country, I will still have ties to Valdosta State and the people that I've played with, the people that I've entertained, the people that I've spoke with, fans, family, anybody, students. That's still a connection that we have.
In January, Mr. Reinhardt was inducted into the Valdosta State University Hall of Fame athletic class of 2024. A moment that came at an absolute shock, considering the fact he also serves on the committee. He talks about what that moment meant to him.
Yeah, so talk about what that moment was like for you going into the VSU Athletic Hall of Fame.
Well, first of all, they surprised the heck out of me, which when it comes to doing anything around one of our game day experiences, it's kind of hard to surprise me because I'm kind of known as somebody who kind of keeps my thumb on things. We announced the Hall of Fame class at the last home game.
Yeah.
And so they're announcing the class, and then my name's called, and so it was, and then the whole Hall of Fame weekend was an incredible experience. And understand what I'm saying here. Being inducted into the Hall of Fame in itself was really neat, but what was incredibly special was the amount of family and friends and colleagues and everybody that either came back to Valdosta for the ceremony, and if you were, I know you were there. Yeah. We were sold out. Yeah, it was huge. It was we had over 300 people there.
Yeah, it was packed.
And but just came back, and it was such an incredible time to spend a special weekend with a lot of people that I care about.
Mr. Reinhardt has always been very special to us. We love him at the softball field, most definitely. The most memorable moment, I would say, is when before our games, our big games, our region games, he comes out there and gives us this best pep talks. And we always said that we had to beat West Florida twice on Sunday in order to make it, because they beat us Saturday. We had to beat them twice in a doubleheader in order to make it. Yeah. And they had their ring chasing shirts on. They had all this stuff, and we beat them the first game, and they took the shirt off, and we was like, oh, okay. So then Mr. Reinhardt came and said, ladies, I believe in y'all, and was like giving us this whole spiel, like this whole speech. And I think that's the most memorable moment, because we all agreed that without Mr. Reinhardt's speech, we probably would have won, but we wouldn't have been as motivated. He had all the fans circling up and just jumping up and down and clapping, and Mr. Reinhardt really just means a lot to us, especially when it comes to softball, because on the bus, on our away trips, everywhere, he's always there saying, y'all got this, like, come on ladies, you're gonna win. And I just think that's very important to have an athletic director like that cares. And I feel like Valdosta State is gonna miss him tremendously, because those are some big shoes to fill.
Now that your time is wrapping up here, what do you want to be remembered by at Valdosta State?
It's a good question. I think I want to be remembered for 2 or 3 things. Number one, I want to be remembered as somebody who helped, not me, but who helped build a foundation that somebody else in the next group is going to be able to come into and continue to build. I think I'm going to walk away from this place with VSU athletics having a really, really great foundation to build on. Number 2, I hope that I'll be remembered as somebody who maybe has made a difference in a few people's lives.
That's right. VSU Athletics winning culture truly does begin from the top. We thank Mr. Reinhardt for his amazing 31 years of service here at VSU, and they definitely have some big shoes to fill for whoever comes next. With VSU News, I'm Chris Mercer.